a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with their peers. And what
Okay,
All right, y'all. So what's good with it though?
Okay, this is my question right here. Okay, so boom. College or no? Are we pursuing a career path or are we going through college?
Oh, yo, Hunt.
It's a modern day and age. What are we
Yo,
doing?
Hunt,
We going to
you
college?
look educated right now.
Oh,
Tell me what
yes.
it is.
Stay
Tell me what it
educated.
is.
So, if I had to give you my opinion, I would say do whatever you want because you don't have to learn. You don't need to go to college to learn. So, no, I don't believe in college.
Wait, hold on. Did you go to college?
Dude, I didn't even I didn't even graduate.
That's why he's like, yo, you don't need college. Don't judge me,
Bro,
bro.
not only college I have beef with.
Yo,
I didn't even
you have
graduate.
beef with books.
Dude, I didn't even graduate high school.
He said, screw these words.
Like, I can't even
You
do
didn't-
school
you-
at all.
Wait, hold on. I don't
You're
want
a
to
high
judge
school
you, but
dropout?
you dropped out?
I went to 4 schools, tried my hardest. I couldn't, dude. I don't know how to do math. I don't know how to do anything, and they wanted me to learn how to. I felt like I felt like a mouse in a rat trap when I would do like these little. So like to just taking me down the
Yeah.
page.
Well, that's the thing.
It made
about
me go
school
crazy.
These days, though. Think about it. The person who invented standardized testing said that they're the most horrible and ineffective way to gauge a
Yeah.
person's intelligence. People's intelligence is not measured in numbers and test results. It's measured in your ability to develop your own qualities and skills.
See, hear that,
It's
Hunter?
about-
You don't need education.
See, well, I know that. So this is one thing that I thought was crazy. Elon Musk is I look up to Elon Musk a lot because he's done the most he's created the most out of basically anybody. And he's in this interview and nonchalantly he says, somebody asked him about rockets or something, about how are you so smart, Elon? How did you make these? And he was just like, oh, well, it's not really about this. It's not really about being smart. I mean, everything's. He literally said this like as if he didn't know he said it, but he's like, I mean, you can kind of learn everything on the internet. I learned everything I know about rockets from the
That's
internet.
very
so
true.
true.
So,
And I was just like, what? And he just
The
went
internet
on.
is the biggest source of knowledge.
And he
So-
kept going, but I just wanted to pause and I just didn't want to be like, wait a minute, you built the greatest rocket, the one that will get us to
Space,
Mars
yeah.
by the internet. At that moment, I just realized it doesn't matter about the organizations.
No.
It matters about our desire.
yes,
That's true.
Like our
100%.
desire just to keep going and learning.
So my take on education, right? I've always had this stance, right? Just because you have an education does not mean you're educated. So there are plenty of dumb people that have that piece of paper. There are plenty of brilliant people who never got to get the opportunities, right? With that being said, right now I feel like we're in a really weird time, especially for men, because it's no secret that the standardized way of education, the way it's going, is not tailored to men, right? And I'm not saying like tailor the world to men or women. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying our biology, right, is not meant to sit in a freaking classroom all damn day long. So now they're drugging us up, saying that we have a freaking attention deficit.
Yeah, we need ADHD medicine.
He's just
we
a
need
freaking boy.
antidepressants.
He's just a
That's
boy.
dude. See, that's what happened with me, dude. I was going
yeah,
to this.
did they get you on those drugs?
They got me. Yeah,
Well, they tried to
but the
drug
thing
him
is,
up.
I knew I have.
It was
well, the
because
thing
he's
is,
a cute kid. They wanted to get him.
So I knew
Well,
I
that
had
leads into my next
ADHD,
question for
and I basically went through and I said, I don't know what's going on, and they said, well, you probably have ADHD, which I did,
You were just a boy.
but I didn't care about those books. I didn't care about the papers that someone had already figured out and had.
cared
an
about
answer.
You're like,
going
yo, look
outside.
at this. Yeah, you're like, look at the stars. You
Look
know
at
what I
the
mean?
trees
Yeah.
outside.
I was
could
I
be running
wanted to
and
be
playing with my
learning about
homies.
something new.
Yeah.
Instead, I'd look at this paper and all I would see on it was, this is what I wrote for you. I found the answers. Find my answers.
Yeah.
A game of hide and seek. I hit something for you. Now go and find it. And what I felt like I could go as long as I wanted, and I just would have found little. It was like a egg hunt. And then at the
Yeah.
end of the
It's
day,
just
I get
jumping through
all I need
hoops.
is my parent adult to pat me on the back and said, "Good boy, you
Good
did a
job.
good job." You
You're
didn't
right.
you didn't really do anything because I'm the one who stocked the candy and I'm the one who hid everything.
Yeah.
But good job for your little discoveries.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, dude, I can't do this.
Education and schooling as a whole just needs so much reform. But I feel like as long as like the government has a hold because they need funding, right? I feel like we should make education not something that is this thing that's out here that everybody needs to conform to it. I feel like education should start conforming to the human.
Yeah.
And make it conducive. Me personally, this is going to sound a little conspiratorial, but I feel like college, once capitalism mixes with college, I love capitalism, mind you, but once capitalism sinks its teeth into the colleges, then they're not really worried about what your education's like. They're just like, yo, we want more money. We want more funding.
So
You know,
if you can support and or bring something to the table, we'll take you.
you could bring anything as long as it's bringing revenue. I don't even need to worry about my professors as long as the students think that they're hot and they freaking spit off some Marxist bullcrap. You know, we're cool. We're gonna keep this train rolling. And I think that a lot of young people think that because you went to college that you're quote unquote smart. You're actually just regurgitating whatever somebody else put in your mouth.
It makes you unoriginal.
Human centipede, son.
It makes you unoriginal.
Well, I don't think there's anything. There's it's very good actually though. Like if you can go to college,
I wish I
the
went to college.
vast
I think I'm
amount
gonna
of-
go.
The
still,
vast amount of just information and just data that you get like secured inside of your head that will never leave is amazing.
well,
yeah,
And see, so that's what is different for me is I progress. When you don't go to college, you're gonna have to progress strategically.
Yes.
But if you go to college, you can progress just in abundance. You can just sort of
Focus
obtain
on that
knowledge in
education,
just
right.
so much
But-
amounts that you couldn't get anywhere else. And we have to be worried that one day the college kids are gonna turn around and be like, all those kids who thought they could just get little when I'm an expert now, and we're not.
Well, here's the thing. That would be the only reason that I'm still gonna go to college is because that certification in this day and age does carry weight. I mean,
yeah, that piece of paper.
That
bro.
piece of paper, if you graduate college per capita, you're gonna make $40,000 on your peers every year, bare minimum.
See, I kind of feel like though the college model is gonna start going away because of what you said earlier, right? There's so many resources out there that summarize what somebody went to school for 3-4 years,
years,
right?
yeah.
So hear me out. Companies want to save money around every corner. So if somebody who graduated from freaking a 4-year school, it doesn't even have to be D1, right? Their price range is going to be more than you. But you get to go in and slip in that spot way earlier than them because they're busy going to school. You are just freaking going online and self-teaching. You know what I mean? You're getting the highlight reel. And that's all. The modern era is all about highlights reel. Ain't nobody got time to go through 3 hours of information. Cut to. Case in point, this freaking podcast. We didn't go to school for this. I went on YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
I went on YouTube.
And that's an epitome of it. Think about what YouTube has done. You can hop on right now and find a YouTube video on how to fix just about anything.
I can diagnose your
anything.
hair off YouTube,
Yeah,
bro.
but
And
hair
guess
type
what?
I
And guess what
have,
YouTube's
what kind of
saying?
stuff
Guess
I
what
need,
YouTube's
what?
saying? It's beautiful.
Thanks, YouTube.
I do have one. I have two things that I want to add though to this. The first one is, do you remember why colleges were important? Why they mattered?
Originally,
Yeah, originally.
No
or
clue.
like in recent terms, because originally they just made college for rich people so that they could flex on poor people. I'm talking like way back in the day, like 1900s.
No,
You
I
went
think
to
this was before.
Cambridge.
I think you're talking about like 17.
I'm
right?
talking
like,
really
when
early.
We just got here, right?
Yeah, the reason why colleges became a thing was because it was a source to get information because you couldn't get it
Yeah, you
anywhere
can't
else.
find that. But nowadays we have the internet. Before the internet was big, college was that source of expertise information. Whereas now you can hop online and study for hours and become that expert.
Yes, and see
online.
that's the pure part. That's a good part. This has happened before where somebody gets a monopoly on a certain thing,
You're right.
and then they dispense it at their will, like the Bible. That was why the King James version of
Yeah.
the Bible was so important because he had to die to get everyone else to print that freaking thing so
Yeah.
everyone else could read it because they
King
were gonna
James, yo,
they were gonna
King James,
they were
bro.
gonna capture the Bible and they say, hey, we got a monopoly on this. We're never gonna let it.
Yo, how many racks do you think King James has? he is by far.
gold coins on gold coins.
Yo,
son.
bro, King James though, he has sold the most books in a long time.
in the history, dude, the Bible's the most.
Yo,
the
King
history
James
of
has
ever,
sold
bro.
mad books.
So, but what if this happens where now we're all seeing this.
Best-selling author.
19-year-old
of all time.
kids, 20-year-old kids they learn something. Now, maybe this is nothing and it'll just bypass, but maybe
Right.
it is a thing. Where now, since everything's becoming not a college centered, it's going to go into reverse, where we're all going to turn into these locked chess positions where it's like, now, buy my course. You'll never know how to do internet marketing unless you buy it for $100.
Oh, subscribing
Yeah,
to the
everything's a
information.
subscription right now. Everything. You can't
Well,
find anything that's
You know
not.
what though?
And so now they're
There's-
selling knowledge.
There definitely is that, but as long as we have the internet, there will always be a way to get that information for free. Take for example, internet and FBI. Please don't come after me. But every pirated movie site I've ever been on, I've been watching shows for free. And I don't know about you, but if you've ever wanted to like get test answers or stuff like that for school, it's like pay $5 to see this homework sheet.
Yeah.
You go on a forum somewhere, somebody has copied and
Because
pasted
there's
that.
always somebody out
There's
there.
always somebody.
So
out
this
there
is
that's copied
this
and
is
pasted
you.
that.
I'm glad that you brought this up, right? With information, right? I really hope this isn't the future, but Mystic Man's calling it right now. Pretty soon, Google is gonna charge you for thoughts. Hear me out. Google pretty soon is going to charge you per search.
Well, then they're not going to make very
You
much
think?
money.
Yo, listen, no, listen. So it's gonna charge
No, they
you
have
per
such a
search.
monopoly on
Because here's the
searching.
thing, right? You're essentially a self-made god if you can look up anything. If you can look up anything, that means that you don't need to go to
Yeah.
these universities, which means that they're losing so much money. They want to funnel the money. So what's going to happen is, instead of me being able to research how to do this and do that and set up off YouTube or Google, they're going to say, oh, you want to find out this piece of information? How to set up podcasts. That's $200. What microphone do I need? $25.
Exactly. And you
How
know
to
what?
spell? 25 cents.
Yeah. No, and then
And it
here's
comes
the
out of
other
your
thing.
account.
That's scary, and
The
that
other
is
thing
why
about
we do
that-
need that's why we need to freaking learn the things.
That's why
that-
we need a militia.
if somebody locked up Google, I would die.
protest if Google did that. But here's the
Well, of
thing.
course we would all
Here's the
protest.
writing on the wall. You notice this? YouTube used to have like no ads or like a 5-second ad. Now I'd be getting hit with those double 5-second
That's why I have
ads
premium.
or all those other stuff. And now every single time, YouTube Red. Do you want YouTube
Yeah.
Red? Do you want to start this free trial? It's the ads are becoming way out of hands.
Right.
There's an ad on every video now.
And so
Every
now,
single
right
video.
around the corner, using that exact logic,
Yeah.
you're gonna twist my arm to where Google is gonna be like, "You want
25
unlimited
cents a search.
No.
25
They're
cents a
gonna be
search.
like, you can either pay per search, or
You can buy a
or
plan.
you can
Yeah.
buy the bundle Google plan, unlimited searches,
$100 a month. Search whatever you want on Google.
which is
YouTube.
fine and dandy for people who are in the quote unquote middle class. But think about these kids.
That are trying to come up
Who are
using
trying to
the
come up.
information on the internet.
They just want information.
So many people have used the internet to improve their situation and circumstance, and if that becomes privatized, these people
Bro.
are never gonna get a shot.
Bro, this is scary
Think
stuff.
think
man.
about all the people
That'll go
that
back
have
to the
rose-
dark
Stuff,
ages,
bro.
and then
Think
somebody,
about all the people that rose on the internet. Justin Bieber. Imagine if
Yeah.
the internet was privatized. Poor Justin Bieber. as
Some
a
would
kid,
say that might have been
would
a
have
good
never
thing,
happened.
but
But
no.
think about any internet celebrity or anyone that achieved any kind of fame on the internet or any kind of knowledge on the
Yeah.
internet.
One thing is for certain, the future of education is definitely not going to be what it is right now or what it has been.
We're doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with their peers.